Wow, that was a big entry. Hi everyone, sorry for the long wait. I was solving some microphone issues in the background, but I hope anyone can hear me right now. Are are you can you all hear me, right? Okay, I see you still. Anyone else? Okay, I'll be honest with you all. I haven't uploaded so much things recently, and there's reasons because of that. Hi, Eli. Welcome. Hi, hey, Steam. Are you there, right? Okay, well, to let you all know what I've been up to, where I've been, and my absence during, well, mainly YouTube and other facts. Okay, so for starters, I've been rather busy with a lot of college stuff. I've been working on a thesis for some time now. That's been most of my time consuming. So that's one of the main reasons I haven't done so much videos recently. I I do want to get back into working other videos, like the Fantasy and Fairy Tale Railroad, work on the rest of the episode that's follow and all sort of other stuff. But the thing is that my college it's time consuming. I'll be get graduated eventually this year soon, but until then, I'll I'll just stay on the background doing some modeling. Hi, Jonathan. It's good to it's good to see you. Yeah, the only thing I've been working mostly on with is mainly Trainz models. I've been working on a couple recently. I'm doing some that are going to be up for the public too. If some of you are aware of if some of you are aware of my Patreon page, then I suggest you go and pay a visit. Yeah, so there's not so much like anything extraordinary or out of the ordinary that's happened recently, but all the same, yeah, Eli, I showed you my models, have I? So, just to let you all know, and talking a little bit, are you sure you all saw I'm sure you all saw the new game that came out recently, Wonders of Sodor. I honestly had to say, that game, it totally looks awesome. I haven't played myself and I don't have the budget to purchase it yet, but Sooner or later, maybe someday, I'll get my hands on that game. But you see, I want to save that money so I can purchase other stuff on the background. Because I'm not sure if you all are aware, but I also a model train railroader myself. As in, I collect some model trains, and I collect model trains, and I've been starting to collect Lionel trains. Yeah, the gameplays on Wonders of Sodor are really awesome. Honestly, I wonder if they will have something new to. Sorry, I just paying something attention here in the background. Don't worry. Yeah, the ad. Oh yeah, the DLC content. It would be really cool. I just wonder if one. I just wonder if the game will have also like extensions to the game. You know, like so far what they release right now is mostly well part of a huge part of Sodor's main line and a bit of Thomas's branch line. So I wonder, is it possible that would it be possible they have more extensions to the route? You know, like Edward's branch line, maybe the Little Western, or even some other lines we haven't seen yet, like even the Normby line or even the Peel Gadget branch. Those could be very interesting extensions that Wonders of Sodor could include in the future. And perhaps, who knows? Maybe maybe those extensions will come with some of the characters that work the line. You know, like maybe 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 the Doc, Oliver, and the Scottish twins of the Little Western. Perhaps Edward, Boko, Bill, and Ben on the branch on the Brendan branch extension. I mean, I am not speaking for people who work behind Wonders of Sodor, but they might as well. They do have a lot of potential there. And I do look forward to see what they have right now. Yeah, there's not so many people currently right now, and yeah, there's not so many people right now, and yeah, that's because it's Sunday. To be honest, that doesn't surprise me. I don't know. I've been feeling rather lonely recently, and like this, I don't seem to pay. I'm not sure why, but seems that I've not been getting paid so much attention. I still work with my models and all that. Just I felt like ever since the 2 week break started, like something changed. Ah, there you are. Where have you been? I mean, that the original song is copyright, so that's why I replace it. Yeah, this is not like a Q&A questions and all that. Just cozy stream. Also, I beg you all in the most nicest way to stay with me so I won't be so much lonely. Okay, I'm just trying to find something. Yeah, just the thing is that I don't want to beg to anyone. Like, I don't want. Well, I'll just want to. Well, I don't know how to say it. Like, I lost. I seem to lose my words and all that. Well, just to have something else to talk about. Has anyone seen that new Trainz game? Well, more like no, I don't mean Trainz game with a Z. I mean Trainz game with a S. This is a Trainz game that got released on Steam just not long ago. Well, at least the demo version. It's called a Bumpy ride. Yeah, Steam isn't keen is already aware of this game. He actually, as far as I'm aware, you also model a couple of engines based on the ones that are available on the game, and as well as you took the time to make some fictional engines that could have been part of that particular game too. You know, like a 10 wheeler, a 440, I think, or in consolidation, I think that was something like that. I am not much of a Steam person. I mostly stay my time to make models, and well, I'm really good at it. Just I seem to lose my ways of. I seem to lose my ways in making models and not making models, more like in making other things like pretty much videos. Thankfully, I have a Bumpy ride already downloaded on my train. I'll. Sorry, I just. I wish I could answer that. I just another question. How about we play Hey Bumpy Ride? Okay, let's check on. Okay, the game is current. Okay, the game is loading. So wait. Okay, I got the game right here with me, so you can all see it. Apologies for the low audio. It's just that I don't play it like that. I mostly prefer playing a bumpy ride in, like just hearing the sound effects and all that. Hey, nah. I honestly have to say that a bumpy ride certainly a very nice cozy game. Like you can spend almost every time work like playing with all this. And well, what have you noticing? It has a very good variety of flags. Like you can choose any kind you want. Though the sad thing is that there's no Mexican flag. Like I'm from Mexico, so I don't know, it wouldn't make sense. Oh, it also have pride flags. So if you're a part of the, so yeah, there's inclusion here too. Wait, did I say that wrong? Was that offensive? I'll go with this train flag. Okay, well, just yeah, it has all the deliveries too, like the general number 3 over here. It also has this livery based on an engine called Spirit. You can tell me. If anyone know where this engine called Spirit comes from, I really would appreciate that. This engine is like the main character that's on it, and yeah, it's really a nice one. I like the blue engines and all. I really like the blue color over there and white walls. Oh yeah, Legend of Zelda Spirit tracks. Yeah, that's where Spirit comes from. Oh, and there's also this thing. Oh yeah, this is like I don't know, like some sort of mm, how should say it? Because I have no words to describe this engine. Like I don't know. I don't have anything. Hmm. I'm not sure. Well, this engine over here seems like to be a could be something of I don't know. The first time I saw a live stream with a YouTuber who was streaming this, and well, it showed this engine and it used the wow, sound effect from for Japanese or something. I think I'm going with number three. Okay, sorry, I was just checking something on my phone. I got distracted. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, sorry, I just that. I don't know. A friend of mine is messaging me, and well, there we go. Okay, let's see where to go. There. That was yeah. Let's start going to the right. That is in right way. If that makes sense. There we go. Woo! Yeah, and I'll go to the left. Apologies if I don't pay attention later on. It's just that I had to keep my focus on this game, so I actually seem to having a very. The first time I played with this, I was rather rough a bit, but now I really like this game. It's really cozy, very unique. I don't think you have another game like this anywhere. And I really had to let the people who are working behind the scenes of a bumpy ride, you got that you guys are really doing a fantastic job with this game. And hopefully when the game comes out like fully, I'll certainly have no doubts that this game will be will be just as what expected. Okay, okay, got all the passengers on board. Next stop, Dust Bowl. It's over here on. It's going to the left. Something that you also have to do is to pay attention to the signs here. If you don't pay attention to what you're doing, well, you're literally like these things will these things will happen. Like you won't get so very well score from the passengers, and you might as well go lower on the game. And here we go. Here's the first stop. And yeah, you have to blow your whistle so you can let all the passengers board your train. Okay, next stop it's Colby Station. It's right over there. That's where Colby Station is. So we have to go there. I just wondering, would you like me to see more? Would you like me to see playing more a bumpy ride here? I think it would be a nice idea because I haven't done so much trains videos recently, and I want to try something else. Also, something I had to let you know: be careful if you pull the lever too far. You don't want to anger the passengers with so much of a bumpy ride. And yeah, that's the meaning of the game, literally. Oh yeah, and there's some NPC trains over there. They That's what those tracks are for. Oh, there's one over there. A small little tank engine. That's one of the nicest details of the game. Like, if you whistle to an NPC engine, they will reply you back. At this moment, there's not so much options like to do on the game, like playing with just only had to do is just taking passengers. That's pretty much it. You saw that? I blew my whistle and the engine that's stationary there blew its whistle back. Okay, so we are here on a straight track. We can speed up a little bit because there's a timetable to keep up. So you have to make it in time, or otherwise the passengers won't will be cross, honestly. And remember to pay attention to the signs too. What I basically do here is just playing with the lever back and forth so I can literally stay in the middle and keep on time. Just making sure not to exceed my speed. Okay, here we go. If you're Those tracks over there are meant to take to other sections of the map. However, since this is the demo version, that extension is not there yet. So like until the game is fully developed and well every and the full version comes out, we'll have the many options to playing the game as well as go over our score and open new extensions of the line. At least that's what I think that's what Bumpy Ride does. Something I had to mention here is that going under the curves, that's where if you're going fast on the curves, that's where the passengers will get cross if you take them too fast. On the straights is where you can literally speed up these trains and get to the destination on time. Also, be careful with here we are, Colby Station. Okay, let's load up with water just real quickly. I don't want to go dry. Oh, no, that's too far. There. Okay, let's go. Time to speed up. Dairy. That's a dairy over there. That's what I was reading. You can literally blow up the whistle the way you want. Oh, I got me too fast. There we go. I think this is the same way like they blew Sierra number three's whistle one time. Okay, I can't replicate that 100% accurately, but it goes like, yeah, something like that. The game itself, I have to say, it's really, really good. Like, it's all made in 3D, but the graphics literally tell like it was some sort of like a Atari or maybe pixel sort of way. I think I get that right, so maybe, but pretty much it's. I think that was one of the main intentions of the game, that they did this sort of graphics like this way. Oh shoot, I speed up too fast on that. Yeah, this is something that you had to take very. You had to be very careful whenever you're driving, especially when there's a slow section over there. Like, I literally speed up a little bit so it would make up some time, but I made a mistake there. But no crying over spilled milk. We have the station up ahead. And here we are. Yeah, that's a B. Okay, time to go to Chuck's Water and then up to Dust Bowl. Big Stack Summit. I think I'm going to cheese the rules here a little bit. I'm going to take these passengers over there. Let's go. Yeah, I know it's a very hot day, so the water will go fast. But as long as I can go slower, that wouldn't be so much of an issue. Oh, what? But I already slowed down. Ah, passengers. Yeah, there we go. Now this is where the section will go slow ends and start to speed up. Like, we have a little bit of time, so I might as well make the trick over there. What was it called again? Ah, Big Stack Summit. Yeah, that's what it's called. I can make it. Yeah, I can. Time to speed up a little bit. Just don't get cross with me. If we want to get up there, I had to speed up. Just looking at this engine, this position, it reminds me to the little engine that could. Here we are. The best lookout ever. So let's give it a little bit of time until we can proceed with the journey. Oh, I see they're taking a photo. Save. Another save. Those are looking very nice. Ooh. Another one. And another one. Okay, these are two are really nice. Okay, let's continue. Like, let me see. Yeah, we are going to spin around here and then go into Chuck's water. That's where you have to go. At least this passenger is going to Dust Bowl Station, so we have a bit of time. Hopefully, I can make it. No, not hopefully. I will make it. Yeah, no speeding up here. I don't want to lose everything I go with these passengers. Whoa, shadows. Yeah, everything's going fine. Here we go, here we go, here we go. I think this place is for coal. No, yeah, it is for coal. But since that's not in this, since that's not on the demo version, well, that's how it is. Well, that's why. Okay, just going to speed. What? Passengers? Really? And I didn't even bump or anything. And here we go. Okay, from here we slow down and then get to Chuck's water. Oh yeah, that's right. The passenger got crossed because he was meant to arrive 30 minutes ago. But at least I gave it a good ride over to Big Stack Summit. And at least we are here. Chuck's Water Station. Okay, all these passengers are heading to Dust Bowl Station, so we are getting there. Here we go, here we go. Oh dear. That's 20 minutes after 8:30, but screw it. As long as I can get these passengers to the destination without stopping, that's fine by me. And here we are. Here we are. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, passengers. Now, let's see where to go now. Okay, it's 9 o'clock. I don't think there aren't any passengers here at the moment. So we might as well get to the roundhouse. And since I don't have more passengers on board, I can basically speed up. There we go. Zoom. Okay, I can speed up here since I don't have passengers inside the carriages. Yeah, when it's 10 o'clock, when it hits 10 o'clock, that's where the game ends. But, see? Well, that wasn't bad. I like it. Wait, I think I hear things from outside. Yeah, no more upgrades with this. Let's see what other things we have. Nope, nope. Oh yeah, bartender. I'm not sure how that works, but I think it says the passengers on a certain other trip, which is why like they get drunk or something. No. That's not good to say. Just it says I have enough money, so why do we use that one for? Yeah, purchase this thing. Yeah, apply. Now I got the Sacramento, Nico Neo, the General. I also have Spirit and the Comet. I'm going to give this little thing a chance. Actually, I'm going to give it a chance. I'm not sure if I'm going to get used to that whistle. Wow, 6 a.m. That's very nice, actually. And it glows in the dark. Nice. Yeah, I'm not sure if I can go and get used to that whistle, so I'm just going to ignore it. Alright, let's go. Here we go. Whee! Okay. Whoa! Yeah, sorry about that. It's just that. Yeah, that's something happy if you apply the words too quickly. So early passengers are morning, eh? Alright, time to go. Chuck's water. Okay, that's Colby Station there. So we'll have Chuck's waters over there. Yeah, this was a mistake. Here we go. Alright, so this time no speeding up, no intention of going middle speed. Let's do it. Let's just stay up slow. Yep. That's all that you had to do to make the passengers happy. Okay, now that the slow section is over, so we can speed up a little bit. Not too much, just a little bit. So we can make the passengers so we can get the passengers on time without any further complaints or delays. Or maybe if I go the other way around, I could take them to Big Stack Summit. Man, why don't think about that? I saw your comments, but dude, those videos are really old, so don't expect me to upload it again. And be careful, and please be slow with what you ask, please. Ooh, almost close. So, please don't ask this sort of questions, please. They wait. No. Yeah, well, I already took a different route now, so please don't expect to see those videos again. Yep, all going fine there. Whoa. No. That was my mistake. I didn't saw that over there. I lose it out of my sight. Oh, holy smokes. Here we go. Here we go again. There, that's the right direction. Come on. Come on, Neo and Engine. Let's make it on time. Yeah, like be careful. We're going on the curves. Yep, it's all set the right direction. We'll make it. We'll make it. Yeah, this is my technique of just simply, well, just switching the level back and forth so it will stay at steady speed so it won't climb up. Also, yeah, you have to be very wary of which direction you go. Dude, I know you miss them, but please don't. Dude, I already answered your question over there, so please. I already gave my answer. I'm playing this game. This is not for. So please, just don't stop doing. It doesn't take that long for just stop and not asking further. This is a cozy stream and I ask you to be civil. Really civil. Okay, no, thank you. I think that's going. No, thank you. That's going to be all. Henry will Waken, whatever your name is. So please just stop there, please. I ask you with all the love of the world to stop and just asking questions that doesn't need need to be answered now. Mm-hmm. Good. You shouldn't have started asking questions like that in the first place. Like I know people like my old videos, but that's a page of meat already passed. So okay, so I have other passages. What? Why the passenger did get off there? I honestly No, I don't need anything, thank you. I just need you I just need you to be just stop commenting there, please. So stop, or you'll get kicked. Plus, I listen. If I need anything from someone, like for you, if I need something from someone, it's just to respect my will and just stop asking questions. Like, what's the point of asking? Like, there's nothing going to be accomplished by like that. Okay, let's take these passengers over to Colby Station now. Hey, are those cat or dog pads over there in the tender? And that's a silhouette of a cat in the tender. Okay, I don't understand what was. Okay, I do wonder why they make this livery of the engine, but yeah. Yeah, it's a bit dusty over there. That's why they called it Blow Dust Station. There we go. I think that NPC engine is going to come out of town at any minute. There he is. Okay, let's speed up a little bit. Oh, that. Wait, really? They're going to be scrap? Aw, that's too sad. I mean, those are very neat Those are very neat trains over there. So I don't see the point why they should get removed. I don't know. Sometimes don't understand people who develop games. I'm not a game programmer myself. Well, I don't know. Maybe some. I don't know. I could perhaps possibly develop a game myself. But I don't know. But I don't know how or when. Colby Station, here we go. Whoa, careful, going on the curve. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. There it is, Colby Station ahead. Okay, Bloom Water. That's the next stop. I'm going really good so far. Oh my god, I'm low on water. Never mind. I'm going to reload water at Bloom Water once I get there. Okay, slower, slower. We're going here. I can still hear the ringing of the lever crossing in my ears. We already passed the lever crossing and I can still hear the ringing in my ears. Okay, once I'm done with this round, I will replace this engine with another one. We're getting there, guys. Slow and steady, slow and steady. Here we are. Okay, let's reverse back a little quickly so I can load up with water. There. Wow, the sun is smiling over there. And where's the moon? Night night, sun. Trucks water again and blow dust. Okay, let's get in there as fast as we can. Yeah, I know what they call it neon, this engine. It literally glows in the dark. Oh, not that ringing again. Stay focused, stay focused. Here we go, here we go. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Yeah, we're going well, everyone. We're going well. There he is. We're making it. All right. We better enjoy these little engines as long as we can. They won't be much on. They won't be much in the game for. They won't be on the game for much longer. Okay, only to the passengers that are going to head down at Chuck Water. All right, dust balloon. Here we go. Here we go. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. Oof. I almost overpassed the platform. Sorry, everyone. I wasn't paying so much attention there. But here we are. Right, let's get back to the ships as fast as we can. But I don't think we'll make it there that quickly. Yeah, we will make it on time. Like, the game will close as soon as we get there to the level to the crossing over there. Yep, there we are. Another A. Not bad, honestly. Yeah, I'm going to change the engine now. Honestly, I got to say that a Bumpy Ride's a really fun and cozy game. Like, I don't think there's no I don't think there's nothing quite like this game. Like, there's a lot of strategy games out there that have their own techniques and such, but a Bumpy Ride really it's a nice one to stay and play for as long as you want. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I did really good, honestly. Even though it's just a demo version of a Bumpy Ride, well, it's surely when the new game comes out, like the full version of the game comes out, everyone will be much like the fun won't have any limits. Okay, just paying some attention over here, just for a little bit. So if you leave, can tell me something or something like that. I don't know. Like I don't have so much games over here that I can play. All I have is trains, of course. Still thinking. Let's see. Okay, well, something I also wanted to talk about just a little bit. It's pretty much this issue with now YouTubers, now, well, not YouTubers, pretty more like users now delivering their hate towards Alfred, the lone B12. We all know. Yeah, ever since the creator of the first official Trainz Thomas models back in the day got arrested and found out, people have been like, yeah, things are like that was certainly something that nobody else expected. Like, he had to ruin his own life that way. But something that I found to be like very absurd and as well as unnecessary is how many people are seen to hate Alfred only because of the creator. And many have pointed out that Alfred is an OC. I mean, well, he was created, but there's one fact that people seem to forget. Alfred is not actually an OC. He can be if the person was different, but in truth, he's an interpretation of 9462, as in an interpretation of a Railway series character. So I don't think that counts as an OC. Yeah. So many people are even, and well, I do agree with other people out there. Well, okay, let me address something up. Like, it is true that there's people out there who are it is true that there's people out there who don't want to. There's still users out there who rather not use Alfred, but some other content creators like myself, we prefer using him because of fan-made stories. If you think about it, it was Thomas 1, Edward 2, Henry 3 who better wrote Alfred than his original creator. Yeah, like, okay, I don't think it counts. I don't think it's correct to call it an own since no one owns it now. Like, he's public. So pretty much you could say that Alfred is public dominion. Well, he was literally public dominion in the first place. Okay, but the thing I wanted to say from the start regard something that I wanted to say from the start regarding Alfred is that there's people that do while there's people who prefer not to use Alfred at all, and limit and I'll have to say I I fully respect that. It's totally understandable. However, for people like me and as well as my friends like Andrew Liago and as well as a couple of my other friends, we prefer using Alfred differently, just as a different engine. And yeah, something I had to point out that Alfred is not the RJ himself. It's just an interpretation of the well only 98462. So from here on out, I just hope that people who are doing their hatred towards Alfred just simply stop. I just saw that one of the well-known users like commenting that on one of my friends' videos, Joey, the American 8F. And well, I'd rather not get involved in that sort of stuff. Like, I don't have time, not even I don't have any time, and I can't care that people get angry because just an obscure character. If you ask me, they'll sure to give up eventually. Because, well, what will they accomplish with that? Like, Alfred will be forget for good? Heh, I doubt it. Alfred is already in the fandom, so it's hard to kick him. Also, for what the also here's something I got to say that of Alfred being an interpreted character, or IC as I think it's accurate to call, it doesn't actually come from me. It actually comes from another it actually comes from a Trainz user who has been on Trainz for a very long time. Also, it would be the one and only Okemi Takahashi. I think I got that correct. I think he's on DeviantArt, yeah. He was the one who pointed out that Alfred is not an OC but an interpretation of 19462. So yeah. Yeah, he literally made Thomas 1, Edward 2, Henry 3 very famous. And let's just say I'm not sure. Well, I always seem to be a sort of middle type of guy. Like, I always seem to be a type middle guy. Like, I have a middle opinion of everything. We can't forget the owner's actions. No, we simply can't forget the owner's actions, but we simply can't kid a character all because of the creator. While I understand that separating art from the artist doesn't solve so much, but at least it's up to people who made interpretations and, well, made their own take ons on Alfred that makes him an actual character. So you could say that Alfred belongs to all of us permanently. there will be still people who don't want to use Alfred, but yet they still keep him. But I'll have to say that please don't. But to please to all the biggest content creators out there, please don't waste your time in hating a character. Will you? You already you can use that time. You can use that time for something more worthy. Like, I don't know, maybe going to the gym, going out for a walk, or even doing another video or Trainz model. That's the best thing people can do. Am I right? Also, I hope everyone has. Also, I hope everyone has gone through a very good Easter today. I actually wanted to make this stream yesterday, but I didn't see two. Oh, but I got too slow to make it in time. I'm not sure. Like, recently I seem to having troubles with myself, like making Trainz videos and making Trainz videos. You seem to it seemed to becoming a struggle for me. Like, I do have the initiative, but not the discipline. Like, it's been low recently. So that's mainly why I haven't done so much videos. Like, I can make a few or even adaptations, I but yeah, making videos is not just for a hobby. It's more like it's it's a discipline. Okay, I'm just saying that there's rain outside, so I mean, yeah, it is private. Like, I can't invite random people here. Only close friends, that's all. Yeah, yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Just remember that not all of these are public and all that. that wasn't the only Henry. Earlier, there was already this Henry dude who was asking me a lot of stuff about my old videos, if you remember. Yeah, that's also a big. Yeah, that's also a lot of things you. Yeah, that's also a pain in the ass you had to deal with most of the time. Well, how I got good in modeling? Well, I didn't become all that good from from dawn from dawn to dusk. Like I've been modeling trains since I was 15. I watched people's tutorials who were available at the time, like making animation and well, basic animation on how to animate a valve gear and well, how to port how to import orthos into Blender and make the model from there. The orthos are basically the dark. Well, basically, it's like you're building a real life engine just in 3D. As for details like pipes or even running boards, foot plates, or even rivets, that was also my own self practice. And when it comes to do something freelance, like without orthos, well, I just let my imagination do its work. If you remember the pilot episode of the Fantasy and Fairy Tale Railroad, one of the engines that I put there, Carol, is actually made of freelance. Like I didn't make her with orthos and nothing. I literally used my imagination to shape her into the engine I wanted her to be. That it wasn't all that easy. There were struggles, but in the end, if I when I get to start my when I get to a good shape that I'm mostly comfortable with, that's it. Well, you'll get to shape it up, and finally, you get the video, you get the model. Well, basically, you get the model there. Yeah, so you get the model that you want. Please don't give me more ideas right now. I don't want more ideas. Also, there's one fun fact I also wanted to say that re- there's also something else I wanted to say. I haven't done so much. I haven't done Galaxy Railway videos or content in a very, very long time because I lose motivation and interest on that. I still like to think about I still like to thinking about it and even how and even turn and even the universe where trains are becoming the top mode of transport that can literally take you anywhere. But the sad thing is that there's simply no content available of Galaxy Railways, and most of it's all private. So That's another. So that's another halt on the idea. I'm a trustworthy person myself, but I don't think I see myself doing more Galaxy Railway content in the future. Like that's already a page or that's a page closed. Okay. Hmm. I wonder if there's anything else who wants to say something before anything if I cut off and something like that. Oh yeah. Now it's been 100. Now it's been 114 years since Titanic sank. We are now in April, and next week, I 14th of April, will be mark the anniversary of where Titanic sank on her main voyage. Also there's also about the Titanic. There's actually a video. There's actually a video on X that was previously known as Twitter that show. I think it's showing a lot of drones, like flying around and making a huge silhouette of the Titanic sailing out and then fading away. Yeah, if you can find that video on if you can find that video, you'll see what I'm talking about. Like it's really amazing. Okay, something I want to show. Basically some of my models I made in season 8 style. Like I think my favorite season above Thompson, on top of all seasons of Thomas and Friends, I think is season 8 way up to season 11. Well, I think it was started with season I think I would start with season I think I would start with season 7 when they introduced Emily, way up to season 11, prior to where they introduced CGI faces to the characters. Also, I think I got the idea of making this Thomas more closely to his season 8 prop. Well, it's not entirely accurate, like the chassis is mainly a block, but I think I've done a good job here. Ironically, on the first layer, Edward was the first character I made, literally. Like, I do like Thomas, and he's the icon of Thomas and his friends. However, if you think more about it, it was Edward who started it all. He was the first on the spotlight that made the entire Thomas and Friend line start from the ground up. So, if the series would have been a different turn of events, I'd say it would have been called Edward the Blue Engine and Friends. Yeah, that sounds terrible. Well, let's not think too much of what could have happened. Like, why? We already got the series, so. Oh, yeah, and I made something here on my Ever model too. Like, if you saw cartoons videos, you might as well see that Edward's tender now has a red has the red running board or something underneath it. Like it's no longer blue like it's not blue like here, but it's now like this. Pretty, to be honest, it's pretty neat. Oh yeah, this was done because I was basically doing risking and such. Well, there's just one fun fact about these models over here. It's just that the fact, up to the moment, it's just that they are private, mainly due to the livery. These are meant to be Season 8 style models, so they will remain these private for a good long time, actually. Oh yeah, and I made also a livery of dog with the red sides of his running board here. It's something I saw from Fizzle Firebox a while back, but it was mainly used by the same guy who voices Brad. Actually, if you think how they would look like with American headlamps or something, well, let's find out. So let me just drag this over here. Okay, this is an American style headlamp. Well, it's not entirely American, just just a headlamp, an ordinary one. And if we put that over, if we put the bell, whoa. If we put the bell here, and now we move that, cow catcher here. Yeah. Okay, so this is how would a one of the Sodor Angels would look like with American parts. I mean, it's not entirely accurate. I only did this for fun because Roy here in the chat was wondering that, so I did this. Oh yeah, and to my Toby model, I actually made some other facts about him. Well, for starters, you'll notice that underneath his cow catchers, well, he actually has red wheels. Not like this is accurate to not like this is accurate to the original tram engines. It's pretty much on the fact that, well, when during the TVs, because during the TV, Toby actually Toby's wheels weren't actually painted black. They were it was actually the Marklin chassis underneath it, but the cowcatcher was hiding it, so they didn't need to repaint it. Also, another detail I added to this, some two details I added to Toby actually. Well, I think three is giving him a whistle, just like Carson did in his just like Carson showed in his video of the jury. I also gave Toby his three chime whistle over there. And for that matter, I think this was accurate to the tram engines. I gave Toby a spark arrestor. Like this would stop for sparks from blowing out in the air. So I think I done a pretty good job on Toby. Like, this is like, the three chime whistle is not meant to be like an actual functional whistle, just pretty much like a sub mesh. And as for the spark arre- and as for the spark arrestor, well, that's also going to be that's also a load. Oh yeah, and here's something I also wanted to show. There's something I never show you all. Here's the one and only Sodor Castle. Now there's a lot of things about Sodor. Now, after watching, you see, after watching uh Rain Raidowen's adaptation of Express Engines, I already fall into love with the Castle class, and Sodor Castle is certainly one of my favorite original Thomas characters that I love the most. He has a very interesting story, a very interesting background, and let's not to mention the whole things that all happened with his engine. Oh, and oh yeah, and I have Emily here too. But if you saw the delivery earlier, well, there's a reason to that. I'll get to that shortly. But before I do that, let me explain you something. Like with Tom, with Edward and with Edward and James here, I actually reuse some parts from here from each other to make both. Like, if you see from the sides, you will realize that James and Edward's tender are the same size. Like when I made Edward, I clone his tender and give it up to James. Their running boards are also the same height, and as well as the boilers, funnels. Okay, the domes are a little Okay, the domes are different size. That's a smallish, but that's just something minor. And as well as the caps are also the same size, including their wheels. That's something. Well, I always saw Edward and James angels at the same size, and I see to portray that here with these two very well. Actually, these are my ideal Edward and James. Okay, moving on to something really, really nice. Let's take a look over here. We'll get to see some reskins, well, liveries for the Sodor engines on their pre-Sodor days. As you can see here, we got Edward in his Furnace Railway Red livery. This is actually the... Okay, just to be sure. Okay, these two liveries are actual. There's actually two liveries of Edward. One has black lining, and the other has yellow lining. Because if you remember, if you remember the old site, Northwestern Railways 3D or something, you'll see that there are trains riskings over there that were basically these. There was in this Furnace Railway livery. There was also the Red Engine 98462 Alfred. There was also Blue Henry, also Henry C's Red, and a couple of others, and a couple of other engines. Well, passing it over to another layer, we get to see the E2 spec. Actually, the ones right here at the back are originally based on. This is meant to be the ELBCR Maroon E2, but the thing is that the original model had a different shade of red. So when I made, so when I was making these, I put this red on this engine, and I think it really suits him, like setting apart from an actual ELBCR brown. I also did this livery, which is meant to be the Southern Green. It's actually based on another old lost race skin from NWR and 3D, the predecessor of Northwestern Railway 3D. And I couldn't leave the BR livery behind. Because, well, this is can be livery. No, I mean it. It's meant to be the EOBCR red. And I couldn't leave the British Railways brown livery too. Also, two characters over here that we got to see are Martha and as well the one and only Timothy. But here's the thing. Actually, Martha is not an OC I own. She's actually owned by my friend Mr. A the Hedgehog, and he already made a series with Martha already, and in his canon with Martha and Timothy, they are actually the same class of engine. So just to put it short, is that after Timothy plunged himself into the ravine, like his remains were re-extracted from it and were sent to Corpus Gate Works. And I believe that after Thomas came to the that when Thomas was in his green livery, Martha came to the railway. So you could say that she and Timothy are very much the same type of engine. Martha was built out of Timothy's remains. But I'll think about it this way, like, for me, I believe I'm going to put Martha as a separate character in my side. So like she will be like a new build engine. Yeah. Okay, I seem to be low on viewers, so if anyone is there, can you make their presence known? If anyone is there, can you make yourselves known? Okay, yeah, that was terrible. Anyone else? Please, anyone else can you let yourselves know, please? Ah, good. Thank goodness you two are here. But if there's anyone else there too, please. I don't fancy like to do this stream without anyone watching. Like, if isn't many people watching, like I feel like my stream is going to be worthless. Okay, yeah, there's a lower people here. So just continue showing more of the race skins here. I also added James in his original black livery from before he arrived to Sodor. And as well as there's the red engine livery, and including his Tinkle pink livery, or I should call it the pink undercoat, because Tinkle pink doesn't seem to go out of my mouth so well. Oh, and don't mind this, it's just that I was doing some fixes on these models. So over here we have the LNER AO Pacifics. This is meant to be Gordon's original livery before he arrived to Sodor. There's also livery of the two other engines that were present in there. There's the passenger blue livery. I don't think that was used on after during the end of British Railways, and I also have the wartime livery of Gordon, and as well as the other A3s. And here we got the Flying Thistle. You is actually very surprised. Well, just to put it short, the Flying Thistle is actually a character from the Thomas magazine, so he wasn't an official character. Though I felt like it was worth it bringing him into like Trainz model, because well, we already have a blue Pacific in the former Gordon, a green one in the former Flying Scotsman. So if there was another A3 or A1 preserve, that would be this one, Flying Thistle. It would certainly be carrying this color, orange or red. Yeah, it's orange, but it could be red. Just the fact that, well, I actually want to make my own Flying Thistle in Railway Series style, because Rexojet already inspired Flying Thistle into the Railway Series. Like as a, like he put it like his original way. His original name was Knight of the Thistle, and that's how. And when he got preserved, he got renamed to Flying Thistle. Okay, continue more path. Here we have Henry's liveries. This one seems to be much more accurate, because this is a works grade livery. Like, we all know that Henry was a build of engine, was one of build engine out of some rejected plans from Sir Nigel Gresley, and I will know this until he was finished. So it would be accurate if he was in a works grade livery. Next to him, I have another livery for him. This is actually meant to be a Great Northern Railway livery. I understand that Henry was never owned by the Great Northern Railway, because, well, It said that he was Midland built, so this wouldn't make sense. But all the same, I wanted to make him in GNR, so I chose the shaded green because I think it'll make it different aside from other GNR engines. And of course, we got the blue livery for Henry. This was when he was painted blue during a short period of time. As I'm aware, I think blue was going to become the uniform color of the Northwestern Railway, but seems like in the Railway series, seems that people could get mixed up Henry with Gordon, so that's why Henry got repainted back to green. Oh, and speaking of blue, I also made another third variant of Henry, which is most noticeable because of the oval buffers, these tubes outside of his boiler, and the copper tip in his funnel. If you remember the Railway series, there was some illustrations with Henry having a square buffers and copper tip like Gordon. Well, not a copper tip, just it looked like Gordon almost. So I think the reason why he got that was because Henry damaged his buffers, and for a short period of time he was like this until be changed back. Okay, moving forward, I got here the little green caterpillar that once was that could be before he arrived to Sodor. Okay, I think there's still people talking a lot of how wait, hang on a minute. So I understand there's a lot of people who still discuss where Percy could have come from, like Hotswell or even something like that, but for me, I think it would be accurate to know that Percy is indeed a Trojan type engine. Just he was rebuilt to fit on these to look more modern, more up for the job. And I believe he would be the first one, like right here in the back. There's the one and only engine that everyone knows a lot. One and only Liz Productions. Yes, I got the permission of making her OC in this form. So yeah, that's how she was there. And of course, I can't forget Toby either. I made these two liveries, one featuring the tramway in a tramway livery, which is of course like this with the black cowcatchers and side plates. This could be also his livery before he arrived on Sodor. And of course, I can't forget the version with the blue side plates, this is accurate to the Railway series. It depends on how people wanted to choose Toby, either like this or with the gray cowcatchers. Oh, and here we got the one and only from the Great Western Way. Literally the one and only duck. In his original Great Western Railway livery. 5741. Well, 5741. That would be my accurate way to say his number. Oh, and here the back is an OC of another friend, Tommy, that's his name. Though I haven't got the time to put it in the game yet. Oh my god, and over here we got another character. there's also another character. No one knows him yet, but if you remember, I'm not sure if this number looks familiar to you, but ah, let me give you a quick explain. Uh, Hang on, I just searching for something. Okay, if you don't know who this engine is, this is the one and only steam engine. Well, if you don't know who steam engine is, well, he was a pioneer tank created by Cactus 1907-06. It was part of this series. Cactus was known for creating a series of stories like The Great Witch Engine and The Flying Dutchman, if that sounds familiar to any of you. One of the antagonists of his stories was an engine called Steam Engine. And well, it was actually I was actually requested by my friend Andrew Liago to make this engine. So that's how he came to be. The only thing I changed in him was the front of him being black and the space, and also making the dome brass, changing the number, and as well as making the boiler like, as well as where the funnel is like a black square, like pointing out where the funnel is. I wish I could make honestly, I do wish I could make the Flying Dutchman too, because well, I never made a Dean single myself. Maybe someday I will, but I don't know when. Oh, and I can't forget the little Westerner himself. Here it is, Oliver, in his original Great Western livery. If you're wondering what the black livery is for, well, I thought it would look neat if he was. I thought it would be interesting to include a black livery in it too. So that's how I painted in this way. Like, it's still the same, just differently. It depends on how people wanted to use it. Oh, and here we are, the Scottish twins themselves. I made some liveries for them, like I made the blue livery over there. The black also made this other livery, basically with red lining and white running board. And well, this livery, of course, is in much change. Well, it is a little bit, but this is meant to be their livery when they first arrive on Sodor, like their BR livery. So, yeah, that's how basically it is. Okay, Sodor Castle's not changed. Oh, but here, this is a great change. This is Emily in his Great Northern Railway livery. I think there's a person over there on the internet who put Emily as the Great Northern, as the first member of the class, number 1. However, I don't think that would be accurate for Emily, because well, if you look at her more closely, she has a because if you look at Sterling number 1 for a minute and put it next to Emily, you'll notice that she doesn't share. She's still a Sterling single, but not the same batch as him. Sterling number 1 was built in, I think, in 1875. No, 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 that's not accurate. No. Let's see. Let me see. Oh yeah, the first. Oh yeah, Sterling number 1 was built was built in 1870. And well, yeah, you see, you see, while Emily is still her sibling, the thing is that Sterling number one is actually from the first batch of Sterling singles. They had a smaller tenders and and the back of their caps was straightened up, like, well, differently. So Emily and Sterling number one has spook splashers, which is the things over here on the, which is the thing over here that covers the wheels. Emily, actually, by her details, is more closer to the third batch of Sterling singles built in 1894. So she's among the youngest Sterling singles. Oh, right, and I almost forgot, I think. Okay, something. Okay, so sorry about all this. It's just that I wanted to make. Okay, first of all, here is meant. Here's another extra livery for Henry. Like this is meant to be like a LMS Black 5 from another railway. I also made another livery. I think this could be called BR Black or Wartime Black. I'm not sure, honestly. Okay, I think this would be needed for the Black 5. And I also made this livery, which is in LMS Crimson. None of the Black 5s ever were Crimson, so I think this would be a neat one to add to the livery. And well, of course, over here, this is not like in game yet, but this is meant to be like the TV variant of the Big City engine. Like the only differences between this and Henry is because of the firebox, and of course the addition of the smoke deflectors. It's already LMS, yeah. And of course, right here we have Henry's red undercoat from Henry sees red. Well, I did made a rather big changes on him, right, in my take on, because I left the smoke box and funnel like black in its original color. Like it never got changed. So the rest of it got painted red. So the rest of it got painted red. That's why. Hope it's alright with everyone. Like, this is how I wanted to do. I got it from another video. Oh yeah, and right here in the background I also have other things I worked on before. Right here you notice I made my own version of the old mainline coaches, or also known as the old express coaches. Basically these were the first ones to be made, as these were the first express coaches prior to the bogie coaches. I believe there was actually two liveries on the background. Like there were these in green, but there was also others that were in a teak livery, I believe. Hang on, I'm going to create a new color. Okay, I just editing hit this over here so it can be like. Okay, I just getting all sort of things, just organizing a few. Okay, sorry for being so quiet. Just want to. I think this is the right color. I mean, if you remember a certain, if you remember a certain video from Carson, you'll see which coaches I'm talking about. Let's see. So there we go. These are the coaches I was talking about. Well, it's not actually accurate to to the original ones in the backgrounds, but from a few sources they included them like this, like I think this is called a tick livery or LNER livery, and they were and they had a third and they had six wheels. Actually, you can see these coaches in Carson's old video from called Richard's Midnight Runners. So yeah, so I believe that while these, so you could see, so you could say that both these green coaches and these teak coaches were part of the Express at some point before being replaced. Yeah, pretty much like that. Ah, well, all of a sudden I feel rather tired. Well, I don't know. Okay, well, don't know what else I have to say more to this, other that actually these models aren't. Well, just had to say that some of these models won't be released. They'll be for my private use as well as for a couple of other friends. So I'll have to figure it out how am I going to release these models with how I'm going to release these models. So yeah. Okay, I've been streaming for already 2 hours and now 10 minutes, 11. So I think I'm going to get the stream end right here. It was really I already got exhausted, so yeah, that's all pretty much I got to have the show for today. Who knows? Who knows? I'll have to see another stream. Wait. So well, I'll have to see when I can get to make another live stream. So to this moment, this would be all for today. I really thank you for everyone who stopped by and took a listen to and took their time and care to watch. Well, I'll head it off to do my other stuff. I'm not sure when I'm going to do another stream, so don't expect it to be too soon. Please don't expect it because I don't want to feel the pressure. Well, I'll see you all around. Thank you so much. And I'll see you in the next one.